What's up guys, Downton Panic here and welcome to another manga review. Now, chapter 98 of We Never Learn was quite possibly one of my favourite chapters of the series to date. Not very often do I find myself genuinely laughing out loud when reading a manga series. Like, manga can be comedic at times, and I tend to laugh inside my own head, but not very often do I laugh out loud for everyone to hear. But this chapter did just that. So, what made this chapter so funny? Well, the good old classic trope of misunderstanding the situation. So we start off the chapter by seeing Yuiga's friends leaving after a study session, and then the male basically leaves one magazine in his bookshelf. Next we have Uruka entering the scene, arriving a bit early for the study session where the girls are all coming over. She's looking for a dictionary in his bookshelf and finds this swim model magazine. Oh, Yuiga, you dirty dog. And she finds it and basically is confused and embarrassed after finding this book in Yuiga's shelf, thinking, why has he got this? You know, it's a swim model, is he into that sort of stuff? And that's just where the comedy started. So she hides the magazine underneath her chair, just so the other girls won't see it when they arrive. And during the time they're studying alone together, she starts posing as in the same way as they're doing in the magazine. And it's actually quite funny because she's like, why isn't he noticing me? So she leaves and goes to the toilet, takes a couple of pictures of herself, and Yuika's thinking, is she looking cute today or is it just me? And, you know, he's finally sort of seeing it. And basically, while she's in the bathroom, he finds the magazine under her chair. He reads through it and thinks, oh, that's why she was posing and doing it. Why has she got this? So on one hand, you've got Uraka thinking, why has Yuiga got this in his shelf? I can't let the other girls see it. And then we've got Yuiga thinking, why has she got this? I can't let the other girls see it, because both their reputations would be diminished. And before she comes back, Yuiga decides to put the magazine back under a chair, but only gets as far as under the table. Once Ryusu thinks, oh, what's this book? They both flip the table and jump at it like wild animals. And then we find out the classic thing, that the magazine was left from Yuiga's friend. And they're both so embarrassed, and the chapter does not end here in terms of comedic value. Especially because after everyone leaves, we have another scene where Tomoko sends Yuiga a picture of herself posing by accident, and he's just like, okay. And then she goes very quickly afterwards, delete that photo, you know, it was just a random picture of a dog. And Yuiga actually falls for it and goes, I could have sworn I saw something different. Oh, my eyes. I must be getting tired. And it's just, it's classic misunderstanding comedy that this manga is known for. But, you know, anyhow, I would overall give this chapter a 10 out of 10. Like I said, it was one of my favourite chapters from the series to date, because the classic comedy that this manga series has carried is just shown at its best. The facial expressions in this chapters were just pure genius and lifted the panels, you know, to a new level excellently. The plotline to this chapter was well placed. And by that I mean, if this chapter had come previously, you know, before the whole confusion of Yuiga still teaching the girls came about in last week's chapter, it would feel out of place. It would honestly feel a bit sort of, you know, adding too much comedy into a serious end of an arc. But now that the sort of Yuiga wanting to do stuff for himself arc is kind of over, it's nice to have this nice comedic relaxing chapter that just reminds you of how classically comedic this series is. And the quality and art style was great, considering there was quite a lot of fast moving sort of stuff in this chapter, especially with the scene you can see in the thumbnail where they're dashing for the book after flipping the table. So again, I would highly recommend this chapter for anyone who's wanting to have a good laugh reading a manga series, or if you're a fan of the series yourself. However, if you're new to this series and you're wanting to see just how the comedy is in this series, then this chapter would be great for you. And the reason being is, you don't really need to know who the characters are or what their deal is to have a good laugh in this chapter, but you can obviously read it and still find it funny. Personally speaking, obviously. Now, that's going to wrap it up for this review. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, smash that like button, or dislike if you disliked it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this chapter. Subscribe if you're new so you never miss a video from me. But until next time, my name's Downton Panic / James Downton, and I'll catch you in the next video. Keep reading, guys.